Ah, good morning, everyone. Greetings and salutations. My name is Ryan of Neuroculture. Thank you so much for joining us today. We have a very special treat for you for you today. We have the veteran actor William Sadler. He is going to be reprising his iconic role as Death in Bill and Ted Face the Music. It's going to open up, I believe, in a few theaters as well as video on demand on August the 28th. And Mr. Sadler, Bill, welcome to the show. Thank you for being with us.
Thanks. Great to be here. Call me Bill.
Oh, sure. No problem. No problem at all. So, to get things going here, break the ice a little bit. If you had a time machine, where would you go? Would you go somewhere in the past? Would you go somewhere in the future? What do you think?
Oh my goodness. I guess oh, I would go. Well, I would go to. I would go to the future just to see how this election turned out. Um, I'm a little anxious about that, but
Oh, of course.
but if I could go to the past, it would be really really fun to I don't know, sit in with BB King in his early days, or you know, go back and buy some Apple stock when they first started.
Oh, yeah.
How about that?
Absolutely.
It was like, all right, that's just greedy.
Oh, well, that's all right. We understand that. We understand that. So, with us, with the current situation, unfortunately, with the pandemic, us being in quarantine, things like that, whether you've watched these previous, before the COVID-19 situation come up or now, what are some of your favorite movies or TV series?
Well, right now, I just happen to be binge watching Breaking Bad, which I think is one of the. I mean, I've seen it before, and it's like a master class in filmmaking. Um, it's just extraordinary. I love the second time through. You can see details. I can sit back and I'm not so caught up in the story. I can sit back and say, "Holy crap! Look at that shot they just got," and look how the storytelling is just extraordinary in that piece.
Oh, okay, that sounds good. Definitely
It's,
sounds good.
it's
Any movies that you enjoyed growing up, or movies that you enjoy now?
um, God. Well, growing up, we used to go to the drive-in all the time. I think my first memory of movies at all was seeing Ben Hur at a drive-in theater with the chariot race and the whole thing. Um, Jason and the Argonauts. I don't know if you. I'm going. We're
I
going
mean,
back. We're
yeah,
going back a
I may be
ways
a
now.
bit young for some of these, but yes, I'm familiar with the
It's
titles. I
okay.
may not have seen Ben Hur and Jason and the Argonauts as of yet, but don't worry, they're on my list.
Favorite movies: Godfather, Godfather Two.
Hmm.
You know, Unforgiven,
Oh yes,
Clint
that's I
Eastwood movie.
really good movie.
I'm fond of Shawshank. I, um, yeah. Um, Gosh, there are lots of them. There are lots of them. I I love the Matrix. Um, if I'm clicking around and one or two or even three, if those are on, I'm just stuck. I gotta watch. You know, I gotta watch.
Absolutely.
They say that about Shawshank too. If people are clicking around, you get stuck. You gotta like doesn't matter where you are in the movie, you have to watch to the end.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we watched The Shawshank Redemption some years ago in in a film class of mine, and it was really good. It was really good. I think it's a great drama, great story, wonderful acting. Yes, you and your fellow cast members did a tremendous job
Thank you.
in that film. So thank you for doing so. But if you were a superhero, what would you want your superpower to be?
Um, wow. I don't. I guess if I were a superhero, I haven't really thought about that. It would be really nice to be able to move like Flash, um, or be powerful, X-ray vision like Superman. Um, Gosh, yeah. I guess I would. I guess I'd like to fly. That would be really fun. You know, to be able to just leap and escape the gravity of the Earth. You can just fly. That would be astonishing.
Oh yeah, yeah. Flight's been one of my favorites, and then
Yeah.
teleportation. That would be nice. Go from one place to another.
Oh,
Don't have to worry about going through traffic.
right. You can just get there.
And yeah, definitely, some of those things. So you've been in a lot of films, a lot of TV shows over
Oh,
the years. So I was just curious. A few of your TV show appearances, I noticed that you were on Hawaii Five O, the
right,
rebooted version of Hawaii Five O, playing McGarrett's dad, and also you
right.
were the father figure for Elizabeth Keene on NBC's The Blacklist with James
Yeah.
Spader and company. I was just curious, what was it like working on those two shows with the cast and all?
Well, start with Spader. I thought that was an extraordinary experience. That was a great experience for an actor. He's terrific, and even though I had never worked with him before, I'd never met him before. Um, the minute the minute the scene started, um, it was it was just there was just a chemistry. He's a wonderful listener, and so am I. And when we when we sat in that hospital room and did the scene, um, it was it was genuinely fun. It's this effortless uh, thing, and you finish the scene, and everyone in the room is going, "Holy crap! Did you see that?" You know, it's it's hard to describe to people who've never done it, but when the scene lifts off the page and becomes um, alive, um, there are few things more exciting than that for us actors. He was great to work with. Hawaii Five O. I had a similar situation um, with that. Great, terrific people. It was always fun to go. They would fly me to Hawaii 2 or 3 times a year. um, it was a shame I had to be killed in the pilot episode. And then, so every time you saw me, it was a flashback or a ghost or you know, like that. But it was still fun. It was great fun to do.
Oh, that's great, and I enjoyed watching both those TV series, your performances, everyone's performance, especially. I mean, James Spader, I can watch him read. He could just be reading a phone book for three
Yeah,
hours, and I wouldn't get bored because he has that captivating voice to him. He just has that voice that holds your attention no matter what he's doing.
he. Yeah, it's just such good acting. It's such good, you know, and it's strange too because we had never met, you know, but it feels like we're old friends. It feels like a conversation between two people who've known each other their whole lives, um, and that's just because of the caliber of the actor. He's terrific.
100%. I 100% agree with you. Is there a actor or actress that you haven't had the opportunity to work with that you would like to, somewhere down the line work with?
Oh gosh, there were so many. I've worked with a lot of my heroes. I would love to work with Glenn Close. She is one of those actors who um, just blows me away when I see her. Um, I don't know why. Meryl Streep is another one that I would love to. I mean, it'd be hard to stand up in the wind from Meryl Streep. She's an awfully good actor. But what happens when you work with somebody who's that good is everybody brings their A game. Your your work gets better. Everybody's work gets better. That that's that's just how it works. It's like playing tennis with McEnroe. You If you're going to play tennis with McEnroe, you move faster and you think better, and you know
Absolutely. Absolutely. To take a little bit, we can take a trip back to a wonderful year, 1991, when Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey was coming out. What was your favorite scene to film on the second Bill and Ted movie?
on Bogus Journey.
Yeah.
Um, I had two favorite scenes. The first one is the game sequence when we're sitting there playing Battleship, and and Clue and so on. I thought that was really fun to film. And it was also, by the way, that was the very first day of filming for
Oh my
me. I
goodness.
had never met Alex or Keanu before. I had never been in the costume before. They'd never tried the makeup out before. So everything was new and a little nerve wracking, Um, producers had never, there wasn't any, they hadn't filmed with me before. So everybody was like a little concerned. How is this going to work on film? Is this going to work? And, and it did. And my other favorite scene is the Battle of the Bands when we finally we're in an auditorium full of people, and Denomalous shows up, and we play, and we kick off that song. Uh, yeah, yeah, no, it was good. Oh, I also like the scene in the hardware store when we're shopping for gadgets to make our two robots. I thought that was fun to. That was really fun to film.
Yeah, you're walking around in the cart and you have your staff with the giant knife and stuff, and you're walking by a gentleman who's smoking, and you just give him a look like see you real soon, because if he keeps up that habit, it's not going to end well for that
That was
person.
a fun fact. Uh, that scene isn't in the script. I had that idea. I said to the director that night
Sure.
in the hardware store, I said, wouldn't it be fun if he just walks by a smoker and says, "See you real soon," and the smoker puts out the cigarette, and um, we didn't have an actor cast. The director loved it, so but he just said, "Bring the camera over here," and we and he plays it. That's Pete Hewitt, the director,
Oh my goodness.
playing the smoker. Um, in that scene. So
Oh, that's
yeah,
amazing. That is that
it
is
doesn't it doesn't happen often.
Yeah, that is absolutely amazing. Well, we're kind of running just a bit short on time here, so just to kind of two things to wrap this up. First
Yeah,
off, what can we expect to see from the character of Death as he comes back in Bill and Ted Face the Music?
he's well a lot in the time that's passed between when we left the band. Wild Stallions were soaring to popularity all over the world, um, and Death went off and had a solo career. Um, which apparently didn't go all that well. Um, so I think he put out album after album that were nothing but bass, and or something like I. But when we meet him, when we catch up to him again, he's not in a good place. I don't want to spoil it for people, but
Sure.
he's um, he and the band are kind of on the outs
Ah, I
uh,
see.
a bit. I
Hmm.
think I can say that.
Yeah,
I'm.
sure. Right. We don't want to get into too many details.
things
I
get
understand that. We
things
want to
get
save the
better.
experience for the
Things
fans.
get better. But anyway, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how people react.
Yeah, well, congratulations. We look forward to seeing you in Bill and Ted Face the Music, reprising your role as the
Thank you.
character of Death slash Grim Reaper from Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Thank
When we
you.
wrap this up, where can the fans find you on social media if they want to keep up with your projects and things that you're
I'm
up
on.
to?
I'm on Facebook. Um, I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. It's WM_Sadler. Um, I was on Instagram, but I kept getting hijacked by people, so
Hmm.
I just blew it off.
Oh, okay. Understandable. I mean, don't they know not to mess with Death? Gee whiz, something could happen there. But at the end of the day, we want to take this opportunity to say thank you to Bill Sadler. Thank you for being on with us today. We really appreciate it. Make sure you're like and sharing this video. Thank you all for joining us. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your day. Catch Bill and Ted Face the Music. It's going to be in some theaters and video on demand August the 28th. Do not miss it. And last but certainly not least, ladies and gentlemen, be excellent to each other. We'll see you
And
next time.
party on, dudes.